Good evening, everyone. Welcome to INTOUCH, a masterclass on school products powered by Brainwonders in partnership with AmbiClass. This fourth edition of Masterclass series will take you on a short journey of introducing you to 30 innovative school products selected from across India. In this masterclass, innovative products, informative content, and progressive ideas are being shared with you. We remain hopeful that this and forthcoming sessions will help you to take your school community into a new direction of development. My name is Namrita and I will be your moderator for today. I represent India's largest counseling organization, Brainwonders. With 108 global centers and 12,000 connected schools, Brainwonders has been revolutionizing the face of academic guidance, career development, and personal growth via its US patented DMIT and online psychometric tests. Founded by Mr. Manish Naidu, over the past decade, Brainwonders has been nationally awarded on 7 different platforms, including recognition for being the most trusted and digitally innovative career counseling company. Excellence and passion is what Brainwonders strives for, and with that, let's begin today's session. Before I welcome today's speaker, I request all our audience to immerse themselves in the session and hold their questions, which will be addressed right after the session. I present to you today's speaker, Mahesh Sangade, who is the founder of AmbiClass. Mahesh Sangade is the founder of AmbiClass and a financial literacy expert. He completed his studies from premier institutes such as IIM Ahmedabad and IIT Guwahati. Mahesh worked with a leading foreign bank before getting into full time leading the team of AmbiClass. He has trained over 600 students in age group of 8 to 14 years in financial literacy. He believes that financial literacy needs to be given to utmost importance because every kid will have to deal with finances in future irrespective of their career path. About the company, AmbiClass works with kids early last year and now has grown up over a family of 11,000 plus students which are trained in various self-development oriented classes. Power Peace Practice, or known as PPP, is a flagship product which is tailor made for the age group of 8 to 14 years old and it helps them get ready for the future. It is a need of the hour for students and for teachers because teachers teach the students the art of managing people, self as well as others, along with finances. This live workshop will transform the way approach these kids put essentials. There are three main modules: building powerful habits, mastering social influence, and learning financial literacy in a fun and interactive online session. Additionally, they host numerous hobby workshops and competitions as well under the banner of AmbiClass Events. Today's session topic is Power Peace Practice, which helps in grooming the kids the right way. Over to you, Mr. Sangade.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Namrita, for the introduction. Very kind and sweet of you to give such a brief introduction. And I would really like to thank the Fearless Educator team for giving me an opportunity to talk to you, all of you. And thanks to all of you for coming today on a Sunday evening and listening to this particular talk. All right. So today's topic, what I'll be presenting is setting the right priorities for age 8 to 14. So let's start with the first slide. All right. Okay. So we appreciate your time, all of you, for coming here. And this is one of the flagship practice which we talk in AmbiClass is having a gratitude practice. Basically, thanking yourself and people around you for whatever we have and whatever we are expecting to get. So typically, we don't thank ourselves for whatever we do. We typically thank others. Okay, you have done a good job. You have done a better job. So it's time for us to thank ourselves. So you can, just repeat after me or can just read. Thank you, all of you, for making it to this webinar. Thank you for taking out time and for taking a step towards holistic development. Thank you for helping future self more to be more confident, happy, and influential person. So, class for yourself, and thank you so much for giving us this time. So, right. Okay, so a lot of you and a lot of students typically come to us and ask us the first question, sir, why we need to do a self development, or why we need to learn a new thing, or learn a financial literacy or good habits. So this is a very special practice which we do at AmbiClass, and a lot of students and our staff in general, maximum of them follow this. And the educators and other fellow company heads in this particular webinar, I suggest you, all of you, to please follow this Pebble game. So you can also Google around this particular game. What you do is basically you collect pebbles in a jar. Okay, so typically in India, your lifespan is around 70 years. So if you are, say, you can subtract your current age. For example, say you are, say, 30. So 70 minus 30 is 40. And in each year, there are 52 weeks. So multiply that by 52. And whatever the number is, you collect that many number of pebbles in a particular jar, small pebbles. And whenever a week is done, at the end of the week, you can just take out a pebble and throw it outside. So basically, that week is gone forever, right? So we all need to understand that time is a very limited commodity, which all of us have to live on this beautiful planet Earth. So we really need to put our best to improve ourselves, and we should be spending our time on meaningful activities, and we should be doing self development so that we can be happy, and if we are happy, then we will be able to help other people. So I suggest, highly strongly recommend all of you, please follow this practice. Okay, so this is the need which we talk to students, that why you need to actually put a lot of effort on yourself. All right, so next slide. Okay, so this is a bit of my background. I think Namrata has totally, given a great and detailed background. Maybe like we can skip this slide for now. Yeah. Okay, so why all of we are here is, let's have a discussion around what we have done good and not so good in the context of Indian education. Let's focus on the Indian education system for now. Okay, so this is something to ponder upon, right? We all know Aristotle, right? So Aristotle has the definition what education should be providing to the humans. So basically, education should provide human flourishing through intellectual and character building. Basically, education से जो हमारा character है, that should be developed, and intellectual capabilities. These two are totally different things, and equal importance needs to be given to both of them, which are very helpful for students in the long run. uh, I think most of you would definitely agree with me that it's a high time that we need improvement in both of them. So what we have done is, Yogita ma'am, thank you so much for appreciation. I totally love. You guys can just put your comments. I will be taking them as we go ahead. Thank you, ma'am. So it's time for us to, do improvement in both of them. Basically, most of us have done, we have implemented memorization-based cognitive intellectual development. I know it's a bit tough word, but it's basically Hindi mein what we call is retina, right? Like we just mug up things for the exam purpose. Not sure how many students are really learning a practical thing or how to apply a lot of things. Most of the studies are exam focused. So, okay, I need to score a 99% or a 99.99. These days, a lot of students are getting 100% as well. But that was very rare when I was a student. So, our intellectual development definition is around marks. And let's be practical and brutal, that we have virtually ignored the character building part in a lot of schools. I'm not saying all of schools. Some schools are really working towards that, but there needs to be a lot of effort in building the character part as well. Yeah, so this is what we need to do. Okay, there's one more issue which I just wanted to touch before we get to the crux of this presentation, is mental health. I know a lot of these days, a lot of people are talking about this issue, but we really need to get our facts right. India is home to the maximum number of people suffering from mental issues like depression and anxiety and all across spectrums. So you should be seeing this particular number in a perspective that say see almost 20% of your active workforce is suffering from mental disorders and mental issues of different I would say degrees. That would take our productivity as a country to much lower level, right? We typically don't discuss these topics in schools and in general in society because in India we talk mental health is kind of a taboo in India that uh, so basically in schools what so with the schools which we coordinate and there are a lot of students who directly come to us. We are very much open to them to talk around mental health and highly recommend all the educators and parents which will be seeing this webinar that we need to actively communicate with students around these issues, and even students should be very much we need to give them the comfort zone where they can come to us and talk around these issues. So if someone is coming to us that okay I have mental issue, we should not be like okay ye pagal hai or you मतलब we should not be taking it in a negative note. So that's the crux of this, especially after the COVID. A lot of students have been at home for a very long time, so that has disrupted their mental well-being in a very bad way. So we need to all of us together really need to take this up in schools. Uh, Okay, so I'm kind of active on LinkedIn because most of my network is built on LinkedIn. So what I've done is I've taken a few screenshots from LinkedIn. So these people are across sectors. For example, Gary V, some of you might know, is a quite a kind of a CEO and a good investor. Motilal Oswal sir is the CEO of Motilal Oswal. Kunal Shah is a founder cred. Amrit is a good friend of us and he's in education field. Anurag is my college senior, is doing good in finance field. So if you see their posts, so a lot of them are stressing a lot on values and happiness of students, collaboration, ethics, how you tackle situation, emotional intelligence. Nobody's talking, say, a 99% marks. Right? For example, I also do a lot of investing and we run multiple companies. I never hire people like, okay, so if you have a 99%, you can come. So we typically in professional life look for high EQ. A lot of us already have a decent IQ. EQ is the thing which will make a difference at a very big scale. So we need to have, we need to work together for the EQ part. So that's the key takeaway from this slide. Okay, this is my favorite slide. Don't run the rat race, run the right race. So if you see the picture on the left side is so there are different types of I know this picture you would have seen a lot of you would have seen already earlier, but just to touch upon them again, there are different types of students in your class and each of them have different capabilities of their own. Okay, in this particular picture we cannot judge for example elephant to by its ability to climb the tree because elephant has its own strength own weaknesses, right? So it's not fair for us to we just judge all the students by their marks. I know marks have their own importance and their own place, right? So but that should not be in general what we do in our society in our schools is the students who are scoring less marks we typically don't give them a lot of importance and that kills their self confidence. Let's be brutal around that. So that particular thing we really need to change, and we rather run the right race. And what is the right race? You guys would know that there is something called Maslow's law of hierarchy, right? You can Google if you don't know much, but I'll quickly be touching on that. For example, physiological needs. Physiological, these are like very basic air, water, shelter. Safety needs are basic job and family. Social is like friends, your loved ones, having a good relations. Esteem needs is self-respect, status in society, and self-actualization is the last phase wherein you can achieve fullest of your potential. Okay, so that particular phase is what we all of us need to target in the long run. So this is the right side, which all of us, for example, co-founder of the our company, Anupama Das, she was not a very great by marks. For example, she was okay types of student in terms of marks, but she was hyperactive in all the sports, the debates, the fashion shows. By these participations, she has learned a lot of leadership skills, collaboration, and in general soft skills, which are very helpful for students in their corporate life or in their professional life in general. So for example, Sachin might not be Sachin Tendulkar might not be very good in scoring the marks, but we all of us, our job as an educator is to find the right talent in the student and nurture it. Right? We need not be just judging them and be mean to them. So yeah, that's the crux of this slide. I think we should, all of us, whoever is watching this slide, please, if you're not going through this approach, please change your approach and don't judge students by their marks. See what is each and all of us has some talent which can be nurtured. As an educator, that's our job to spot the right talent and give them the right direction. That's why we are educators. Okay. So all right. So to climb the top of the triangle, basically the where we talked about we need to climb the Maslow's law of hierarchy. At AmbiClass, we have identified three key things. Irrespective of your career path, all of us and our students in future will have to deal with two things. First is people, and another is money. Okay, people will be yourself, and people around you. Okay? And another is money. So how you deal better with yourself is by inculcating good habits. How you deal in a good way with others is by mastering social influence. How you deal in a good way with money by learning financial literacy, right? So these three skills are utmost important for any human being to climb the Maslow's law of hierarchy. So I mean, I need not be stressing on each point. It's quite self-explanatory. Good habits will definitely, bring self-discipline, positivity, will give you a foundation to achieve goals, and definitely it will take care of mental and emotional issues. Social influence, there's a great investor called Warren Buffett. So he stresses a lot on social influence. So he always says that the best investment was to attend a Dell Carnegie course on social influence. Social influence is highly critical. So especially when the students grow up and they join professional life, they really need to understand the importance of personal branding. For example, personal branding can be, we can talk about Elon Musk or say APJ Abdul Kalam. These all are, a personal brand. So we need to teach students how you can create a personal brand, right? And in social influence, definitely we teach students about collaboration for a win-win situation. How we do is we develop a abundance mindset for a win-win. For example, to get something, we need not be snatching it from someone, right? There's an abundance of everything in this world. If you do good, provide good service, and do win-win situations, a student is bound to grow in his or her professional career. Win-lose situation will not last for a long time, but win-win will last, right? And third is definitely financial literacy. Uh, of course, I cannot stress enough on this topic, and personally, it's my favorite one because I teach financial literacy to kids, and that's my job, I would say. Uh, so financial literacy has been given much more importance after COVID because a lot of educators also were, badly impacted during the COVID situation and had a trouble time managing their finances when a lot of schools were shut and a lot of people were fired in general across corporates. So if you do not have enough savings, it will definitely create a very negative impact, and it is a threat to your well-being. So all of us, irrespective of your career, need to know how to manage your money effectively, basically your personal finances. Uh, So if we teach these skills to students, especially financial literacy to young students, they will not ask their parents for, say, a newly launched phone, or say something which is very luxury item. That might not be very much of a value giving to them. Let's be practical, it might be a liability, right? Getting a new iPhone or a new a big a car might not really be worth that money. Instead of that, having that in a right place which will grow over the period of time, investing in that asset will give you a lot of returns in long term. So these three skills we typically stress in our Power Piece practice, which is our flagship program, and we have seen tremendous changes in students. So the educators who are present here, I urge all of you, please, uh, please teach these skills to your students. It'll be totally, I mean, this slide is the crux of this presentation. These three skills will definitely help your students to be successful in the long run. More than successful, they'll be happy, right? I think that's the goal of that should be the goal of all of us, right? Getting some incremental money or other materialistic things will not matter much. Being happy in life will matter. So definitely we should be teaching these skills to students. Okay, so this is our Power Piece practice which we talk about. So we have decided this program for 8 to 14. Currently, we are working with a few schools, and we do this independently by ourselves also. What we do is in Power Habits, we teach students about gratitude practice. So some of you who are educators or parents in general can note down these habits, and it will be very helpful for you to teach to your students or to your kids. As first thing is gratitude practice. We need to be very much thankful for whatever we have, and to get more we need to be a bit of happily unsatisfied. There's a bit of difference between just being happy and not doing much, and there is so happily unsatisfied is the right phrase, where you're thankful for having whatever you have, but at the same time you're striving your best to get more. So that's the right phase where we want to place students, being happily unsatisfied. And in general, gratitude practice, of course, self love is very critical. Basically, having inner peace and surroundings where we thank people. So personally, I've been following this for a while, and trust me, it will give huge results in the long run. Thanking people around us. So that's gratitude practice, and definitely will help us feel blessed about ourselves. And second is setting the right frame of mind and body. What we do is we teach students about a bit of meditation and physical workout. Uh, okay, personally for me, when I started physical workout, that has changed my entire, you know, approach, I would say, towards life or in general about work. I feel very, very confident, and it gives a boost in the morning. So a lot of students, really need to teach them in the morning, do meditation, do physical workout. So even if it's just for, say, half an hour, that's fine, but we really need to do that. Building positive influence, definitely books, people, social media. We need to follow. Parents in general or educators need to have many self-development books at home. We don't have TV. We have a huge library itself in our home. So others, our friends, we gift them books. So I request all of you to have some good books at home. And definitely the third point is, of course, balanced diet and water consumption. Third is clarity first, cut the clutter. So what we teach students is setting the right goals. Uh, setting is so critical. It's like knowing where you are going, right? That should be the aim. I mean, that's actually called goal setting itself. So we need to teach students, and in general, all of you. So whenever I meet people of across ages, if I ask them, why do you get up in the morning? What's your 5 years or 10-year goals? 99% of people don't have an idea why do they get up in the morning. They are, most of them are, okay, it's morning, okay, I need to get up and go to work. So what's your ultimate aim? What do you want to achieve? So we all need to have a clarity. uh, oh wow, there is a question I would like to take. So Vatsala, Vatsala ma'am, the name Power Peace Practice is very interesting. May I request you why this name? Okay, that's a good question. So right. So what peace is? Power is about there are two things. Power is about having there were three things we were talking about. One is good habits, social influence, and financial literacy, right? So what we thought is we were really not sure how to name this product, but power is what you get through money and good network, which is social influence and financial literacy. That's why power. And peace is what you get. Inner peace is what you get by inculcating good habits. So that's a combination of external power plus internal peace. So I think that's that's what was our thought process while deciding this name. I believe it's quite unique. Thank you so much. Okay. I personally get very much of happiness, when I teach these things to kids, because in my personal own journey, I know I have seen what actually matters a lot, because uh, I've been a great student in terms of course, in terms of marks. So I was not much into a lot of extracurricular activities. I was always into marks, so I was always in one, two, three, top one, two, three. So when I started my professional life, I really realized that I need to improve a lot on my soft skills in general, EQ, or good habits, or setting the right goals, or collaboration or financial literacy. These skills are inbuilt in students if they focus on extracurricular activities in schools. There are a lot of clubs, or there are a lot of events which are organized in schools. So kids needs to be encouraged by educators like you. So don't, please just don't just get them into studies. They really need to do other things also. All right, so we were talking about collaboration. Okay, I just missed one point from clarity first. So there is one topic which I love to talk about. One is art of dealing with people and saying no. uh, Students need to know this, how to say no to a lot of things, because a lot of teenager students get into wrong influences these days, uh, because social media is all over us. It's very very easy for students to lose track. That will impact their entire academic and non-academic activities. So students need to understand what is toxic content, and how to say no to a lot of things to a lot of people. So these things, as an educator, we need to talk to students. We are not there just to complete our academic syllabus. A lot of times parents are not effectively able to communicate these things to kids, and honestly there are no pre courses to becoming a parent. But as an educator, we need to have an idea what at least a basic idea what needs to be taught to the students, because kids spend a lot of time in school. So it's kind of our responsibility also to talk about other things than academics to students. Okay, coming to collaboration, power habit number 4, as like I said, having abundance mentality, uh, helping each other, and respecting mutual differences. Respecting mutual differences is a very very key topic. That uh, if someone has a different opinion, we need to really respect that, but at the same time put our own point as well. We need not just fight with people. So these all things are taught by extracurricular activities to students. And last thing, what we talk, all these things we convey to parents through parenting. So there are a few recorded and live sessions which we do with parents and tell them why these skills are important. Second topic is mastering social influence, where we talk about why personal branding is necessary like never before. आई मीन बस नाम पे चीजें होती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल एलॉन मस्क अगर ट्वीट करता है कि यूज सिग्नल, लॉट ऑफ पीपल जस्ट गो एंड यूज सिग्नल. इफ say Narendra Modi says something, just because on Twitter handles things happen. So it's just a personal brand which people trust over the period of time because they know this person is this person has this quality. For example, Ratan Tata, all of us know Tatas because of their ethical nature, right? So every person is defined by some particular their quality or their a key skill. So that's the personal branding, that's the power. Okay, so we need to teach students about personal branding and having better relationships. That's so crucial because in professional life, students need to have a maintain a lot of relationships in personal and professional life and with their students. Uh, Values and habits. Okay, so there's a question. I love to take this question. Values and habits are learned at home. Parents must be made to realize this. Right. Vasalam, I'm right. So even I had this thought process earlier that parents. So Vasalam, ma'am's question is parents need to be taken needs to be doing this habits and other things, values. Okay, I kind of agree with you, but since I have been also interacting with a lot of parents, so most of the parents are these days, both of them are working, and they really don't spend quality time with with their sons or daughters as they are growing up. I completely take your point that they also need to be playing the active part in shaping their own wards. But I believe at the same time, as an educator, we also need to give our inputs in case some parents are uh, lacking on these skills. Because see, I'll be very kind of upfront to you guys because financial literacy, a lot of parents also don't understand what is financial literacy. Let's be practical. So most of if you take statistics, most of Indians, around 60 to 70% Indians are in negative net worth. That's the status of Indian. I'm not sure about global benchmark, but in India, a lot of parents and in general society, people are in negative financial net worth. So I'm really not sure if the parents might be the right people to teach financial literacy, and a lot of parents don't involve their kids in their financial decisions at home. So I believe we should be taking these things at our hand, at our own capacity, of course. So a lot of schools don't take this seriously. I've seen schools just allotting random teachers to teach financial literacy. I think there should be a dedicated teacher. I've seen a lot of random, say, Sanskrit teacher is just going and reading up a financial literacy book in the class. Uh, so that will not do justice, right? We really need to have some dedicated team or dedicated teachers, properly trained, who can talk in detail. Okay, so so I think this is quite self-explanatory. I'll not go very much in detail. Uh, Yes. Yes. Okay. So there is a comment. I agree. Financial literacy needs to be taught in different suitable manners for an early age. Very true. Uh, I just need to. I'll just share a quick personal note with you guys on financial literacy. So I joined my first job with a Singaporean bank in 2015, and I was very sure that I will be out of corporate life very soon because I always wanted to do something on my own. So for good 4 years, 2015 to 2019, I saved almost 75 to 75% of my salary every month, properly invested it and properly saved it and put it in the right place. And in 4 years, I was very much confident financially, at least, that okay, I have some cushion and I can definitely take risk and do whatever I want to do. So creating a financial cushion is very important. Okay, this is the last slide. Yep. So okay, so A lot of students are they need to bite the bullet that whenever so there are a lot of parents who come to us and they are like, okay, my son really needs to attend your power piece practice, but they are really busy in their school video classes. So typically this is the reaction. They typically play 8 hours video game, but if they come to 1 hour online class, there is a pain in their back. So yep. So students need to bite the bullet and really work on things which might not be very pleasant in the short run, but in the long run, definitely it will help them. They know it is good for them, but they will not do it. They really need to do this. For example, eating veggies, extensive training will be painful in short run, but definitely in the long run, it will be helpful. And your future self will thank you for this effort. Right. So these things we really need to communicate to students. So there are a lot of tech companies also which are directly working with us on these topics, and we organize a lot of school level courses also. So if any of you or Acha, by the way, okay, so these are our numbers, uh, and our website. Acha, by the way, our website is just we are shifting our hosting, so it's currently down for 2 to 3 days, but we'll be back soon. But our numbers are very much working, and our email ID is support@ambiclass.com. If any of you are interested in talking on these topics further, you can contact us, just even for a talk, or even for, if you are an educator, or you are a parent, you are a company owner, you just want a collaboration or just have a word with me, you can definitely contact us, and we will be very much happy to help all of you guys and give our inputs on whatever the best we can. So I think, yeah, that's it from my side. I would love to hear if you guys have any question, and I totally appreciate Vatsala ma'am and Yogita ma'am for being very, very, participative. I really like participative sessions. Otherwise, I get bored. Thank you so much, both of you. Okay, cool. So if you have any questions, please feel free. I will be here for some time. And thank you so much for giving Sunday evening time. I believe it's very crucial. And you would be very much looking forward for tomorrow's work. Oh, yes. Okay. So there is, thank you so much, Yogita ma'am. There is a question by Shalini ma'am. Children don't usually recognize their own talent, although they will pursue them instinctively. What are the ways to spot and nurture talent talent in the child? Okay, I'll quickly take this question. Okay, so first thing is, Shalini ma'am and all the educators who are still here, I would really like to tell you is, we need to stop judging students on their marks. I repeat this again. So what it does to student, or in general anyone, is, you know, their morale gets affected and they feel they are worthless. That we need to really stop, and instead of that, we need to see what is the talent. For example, I'll give you a very, very personal example. So there is a person working with us, Raj. So his in 10th, he tried for I think two or twice or thrice. That was before 5 years. So he was in out of the education system. He was not able to study. I mean, he can do everything except study. So, but he's really good in talking to people and making videos, and is very creative. So he's working with us right here, working with us at AmbiClass, and handling our video editing part, and organizing events and other activities. So I could spot a talent in him, right? As a company owner, or say, let's say that we are talking about corporate life. When student all of us student grow up, they'll be going to corporate life. As a company owner, I don't care if Raj is a 10th pass or a 12th pass or a IIT degree or whatever degree. For me, I know that this is my work. Raj is very much able to get the work done. I would rather hire him and to give him his due respect for whatever he does. So I request all of you. So whatever is, for example, a student in your school, say, is good in say tennis or cricket, for example. We really need to talk to a student that okay, but you can pursue a career in say tennis, and you can rather get some professional level training in that. That might be a good career for you, right? That will make him happy rather than you know. Judging a monkey by doing some say reading activities. He's rather good in doing some monkey business. Okay, cool. Many housewives underestimate their contribution towards their family and finance terms, especially in Indian society. What do you have to say about that? Uh, all right. So, Yogita ma'am, that's a great question. So, I typically visit a lot of parents. So, whoever come to AmbiClass, especially from Delhi, we go to their houses and meet a lot of parents. What I seen is at many households, housewives are not involved in the financial decision making. I think it's completely wrong. I have met housewives which they don't even know how to operate an ATM. I think that's a many a times it's because the head of the family wants to keep the control in their hand, but I feel it's not sustainable at all. Every member in the family should be uh, you know uh, self-dependent, if that's the right word, because touchwood, if something wrong happens tomorrow, the family will suffer a lot. I say this in front of all the family members I meet in the meetings, but they really need to teach everything to housewives, and even to their kids. Uh, what? So we tell kids to do budgeting. What are the expenses that needs to be taken care? They really, so parents come to us and they are like, okay, my son used to come to us on every birthday for a upgrade in their iPhone. They now have stopped and rather asking us to invest our money in mutual funds or shares. So that really gives me happiness internally, right? So the kids on the right track. Yep. They need to be encouraged to be confident. Definitely. So, see, basic level of finances and basic level of social influence skills and good habits will build so much of confidence in everybody, right? So, we need to empower people and I now make out why used to an earning individual is thinking. Yep. So all of us need to be so basically a housewife or in general even a non-earning member is the part of our team, is the part of our family. We need to have all the winners in our team. So if we keep them out of the key decision and they don't learn, it's a loss to us, right? It will not be the fair thing to let not our kids understand. Provide freedom not only in education but also all other aspects of life. Definitely, we need to uh, we need to provide freedom in other aspects of life also. Definitely, because kids these days will have to see a kid after 12th will have to go out for education. For me personally, I was studying in Pune till 12th, and I went to IIT Guwahati, right? So that was a totally different surrounding for me and in general. So but my parent trained me to on a different level. I never had any restriction. I can go out and learn a lot of things myself. So if you try to control your sons or daughters and not teach them these few basic skills, they will get into wrong influence very easily, and they will not be able to sustain themselves for in the long run. Because all of you would agree with me that social media is, you agree or not on us, and our next generation, our students will have to live with social media. it's better we teach them how to use it in the right way rather than just uninstalling Instagram or Facebook from their mobile. They will have to use it and they will use it when you're not there. So it's better we be very friendly with them, communicate them that better how can you use Facebook for your own benefit. There is so much of self development content on YouTube, how to use that, how to use Google search properly. So these skills we need to teach kids rather than taking away, rather than try to restrict them. Provide time to time counseling regarding issues that will happen, and definitely we need to be very much communicate open minded. We need to give a comfort zone where kids can come and discuss their problems with us, and they feel it's better for them to come to us and share their problem rather than they go to someone else or their friends which may not provide them the right advice. So yeah. Okay, cool. So any more questions? Wow, this was lovely session. Uh, oh yeah, Nalini ma'am, Dr. Nalini ma'am has given a very good question and comment. So shaping a kid or a teenager is not only a job of parent or his teachers. It's also the job of the society. So that's a great point. So what we what we tell students is it's not only we interact with them; they interact with the society or in general other stakeholders in the society. So we just need to teach kids that you know with whom they can hang out. For example, the person, the Raj, I was talking about Raj before some time, the guy who could not do his 10th, but he is very much on track right now. So he used to hang out with people who were, uh, I would just put in words that of negative influence. He was a negative influence, right? The moment he decided to come to say us at AmbiClass and interact with our staff and people in general, so the atmosphere has changed. So basically, there's a famous saying: you are the average of five people you spend most of your time with. So we just need to teach kids which environment they need to choose. If they choose the right environment, they will be in the right place. Otherwise, we cannot control, with whom they will hang out once they are out. If we just teach them, with whom they need to hang out, they will definitely find the right society or right people around them and be on the right track. I think that's all we can do. We cannot just restrict kids. Okay, don't hang out with this guy, don't hang out with that guy or whatever. We just need to teach them what is the right influence and wrong influence and where to say no, where to say yes. So I believe they can manage other things by their own and they will have to. Thanks for sharing wonderful session with updating knowledge. Wow, my pleasure, Sukhdev sir. And thank you, Dr. Nandini ma'am, for the question. And all of the participants, thank you so much for giving your valuable time for the evening. And I really hope these skills you will be talking to your students. And if you're a parent, you might inculcate these things your students, your kids, be really helpful for them. And it was lovely interacting with all of you. And I thank Fearless Educator teams for organizing such lovely events. We will be very happy to be connected with them in the long term. And all of the educators, thank you so much for coming. I'll be very happy if any of you would like to connect to me separately. We would be very much happy to connect. Thank you so much. Have a great evening ahead and all the best for your future career. Thank you so much. With that, I'll end this webinar. Thank you.